Both Daniel Green and Cody Fletcher played so much for us. They probably played a third of the snaps, if not more. And so I think those two are really starting to come into their own, which has been really encouraging. It was great to get Cody back, for his super senior year. And Deuce has really, both of them have really started just to kind of come out of their shell a little bit, because with Justin and Eli in the room, they probably got a little overshadowed personality-wise. But it's been fun to watch the whole room come together. Culture's changed.
With Austin Bohr, someone we're starting to hear a little bit about, but I think the first time we actually heard about him was from the previous linebacker coach, Scotty Hazelton, at the Liberty Bowl. It was over a year ago. What's kind of pushed him to the forefront of the conversation?
Austin's a very focused young man. He doesn't say a lot, and one time at practice I said, Austin, you can enjoy this a little bit. And he said, I just want to get it right, Coach. And so that's just kind of his demeanor. They call him the machine because that's how he approaches everything in the weight room and on the field. But both Austin and Nick Allen have really done a nice job. I'm encouraged that they're going to be able to spell Deuce and Cody at times, in certain situations. So I think, we're going to be able to have some rotation there and be able to get some reps off of Deuce and Cody.
Do you think those rotations are going to look similar in, I guess, the number as we saw?
Maybe not at the start. We'll see how things progress, and how they do when they get their opportunity. Last year we rotated right out of the gate with Deuce and Cody a lot. I have confidence in both Nick and Austin. They just have not played in as many games as Cody and Daniel had coming into last year.
What do you see as the ceiling for Daniel Green?
I'm really excited. I think Daniel's had an outstanding fall camp. He's playing extremely fast right now, and he's playing more physical. And I think Daniel's really applied himself in the offseason, in the weight room and on the field. I mean, just in his stance alone and his knee bend, because Daniel's a taller guy, and he can bend at the waist sometimes, which gets him in tough situations, whether it be in coverage, whether it be in the run game. And I think he has really worked hard at that. And he's really sprinting through his leverage right now, and he's developed into a really good blitzer right now. So I'm really pleased with where Daniel is. Got a tremendous motor. Keenan does. Got great acceleration, really good speed. Still learning the game from the standpoint of, he's like a lot of high school linebackers. He wants to get to the ball every snap and wants to make every play. And you want that attitude, but it's also, he's still learning, responsibilities and making those plays through his responsibilities and not voiding those responsibilities. But I think Keenan's going to be able to help us in certain situations, especially special teams, and he might be able to help us on, some third down situations right now. But yeah, we're excited about Keenan's future.
Coach Hyman had mentioned issues with tackling being one of the problems with last year's defense, kind of the steps back it had taken. So what kind of steps have you seen out of the team during this time period facing those problems?
One, I think they're getting better at sprinting through their leverage, meaning they're not slowing down as they approach contact. Now, you can't tackle every practice, obviously, but first part of it is understanding your leverage. We call it the cup, but sprinting through that cup, sprinting through that leverage. And I think as a group, as a whole defensive group, they're all understanding the cup probably better than they have the last couple of years. So hopefully our guys are going to put themselves in better positions so we minimize those explosive plays and those missed tackles.
And a couple of years ago, this defense was one of the better ones in the Big 12 last year, took a step back. So what kind of confidence do you guys have that the team will be able to return to that kind of status?
Yeah, I know 2 years ago, the difference was between last year, I think 2 years ago, is we got ourselves out the field on third down. We were a better third down defense. Improvement needs to come on normal down and distances so we can put ourselves in a position where it's 3rd and 8, 9, 10, not 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Big difference, and that's getting them off schedule on first down and second down. And I think we're putting ourselves in a position where we're not relying on just one guy to make the tackle. I think guys are doing a better job of understanding their gaps of responsibility, but also understand they got to get better at block destruction and get off blocks. And I think that's one area that we've made good strides from winter conditioning all the way through spring football has been a major focus of our ability to get off blocks. You know, and last year we got tied up with people too long.
Last one here, Ryan.
Okay, I said two. Can I do two? Okay. The first one was when we met with Thomas
Tough,
Williams
man.
camp, he said that the guy in the group who really caught his eye was Nick Allen. Did Nick carry that question all the way through camp?
Yeah, a couple things. I think Nick's done a good job of transforming his body. You know, I think his body fat percentage has gone down. Nick's always been a strong guy, but his movement skills, his change of direction, his lateral movement has improved, and Nick has made tremendous strides mentally and understanding the game and understanding what we're doing schematically. And I think, you know, if you had to say one guy had the best spring, it would probably be Nick. And he's continued through fall camp. And Nick's going to be a valuable player for us this year. He's a tremendous special team player. He's on all 4 special teams, but he's worked himself into a situation where he's going to deserve an opportunity to garnish some linebacker reps.
And then you have 3 guys who wrote were part of the most recent signing class with Devontae and Gavin and Crew. What did you see from them here in the first camp?
You know, it was fun to get them. It was a Friday. We had a little bit of scrimmage with some of the younger guys. Crew, you know, he's long, he's tall, you know, and I'm anxious to see how he grows into his body. Right now, he looks like a baby giraffe out there. But once we started scrimmaging, I mean, he was really running to the ball, and he had some really nice sprint through tackles, which was one of the things, you know, you worry about when a guy's that long. You know, he's 6'5" or 6'5.5", and I don't think he's 200 pounds yet. But he showed his willingness to strike people, which is really encouraging, what we're going to be able to do with him down the road. You know, and Gavin, he's just learning to play linebacker. You know, he was a defensive end at Hayes and came off the edge. And so we took him because of his motor and you know, he showed a desire and to play the game at a high speed. He's still a learning linebacker, so he's not playing at the speed he probably did in high school, but that will come, you know, with time. And then same thing with Devontae. You know, Devontae's just learned eye discipline and reading keys and those things. But I think all 3 of them, you know, have a chance to have bright futures here. Linebacker's kind of like O-line. It's hard to just step in and play linebacker right out of the gate. You know, sometimes they can help you on special teams as freshmen. I don't know if those 3 were in that position right now, but you just never know.